this way. But I mean, look at it like a Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
He's on so much money. I saw they had a picture of him in the newspaper. He's at the game. There's no fans. He got his mask over his eyes, sitting in the stands.
They
He
ain't
ain't
even
played.
playing him. That's just, they don't even play
No.
Bale, dog.
And the kind of money that he's on, incredible. But
I
hey,
mean,
I'd sit there.
and nobody's gonna buy him. They're not gonna be able to. Nobody's gonna
No,
pick him up.
no, you can't get a return on that kind of investment. There's no upside. You know what I mean? Another player aging.
Yeah, because Bale's got to be early 30s too, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like just dead weight on the books. You know what I mean? Go train with the kids. I'm surprised they haven't said that to him yet.
Then we look at Barca, who seem like they've fallen apart. I mean, Griezmann's talking about he won out. He balled out the other game a couple of games ago, but he was talking about he won out. Now he's not getting his tick. They just traded Arthur to Juventus.
Yeah, I
And we
saw
were talking
that.
about that. And you said they were just done with him. And you sent to me was like they was just done with him.
Yeah, yeah. No, the writing was on the wall. He was one of those, supposed to be, that never
The Eric
really panned
Lindros. We
out.
talking about the Eric Lindros syndrome.
Exactly, that's a good analogy. And man, it's rough to see Barca, man. They used to be one of the crown jewels of La Liga consistently. Especially that Messi brand, and
hmm
again, talk about brand of football. The beautiful game was being played. Just a shell of their former selves now,
I
man.
mean,
Like I really
Suarez
don't know.
is getting older too, right? Suarez is getting older in the tooth as well, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got to be on that 34, 35 kind of
So,
clip.
so their
He's
whole
at
front line is 30, basically. If you're talking about Griezmann's
uh,
like 31, I think, and then
yeah, 31,
Messi and
32.
wow. So
Yeah.
do you see Barca falling off, or do you think they got somebody in the back end that
I mean,
ready?
they always got a lot of talent. I mean, they're one of those teams that does a really good job of scouting. So I would never count them out, but are they ready? I still feel like there's a time period of rebuild, and I feel like that writing's on the wall. What do you think? And I know you had something on
Yeah,
Messi.
Messi, man. So Messi's the rumors that Messi's gone next year.
How you feel about that?
Where does he go? Like, I mean, it's one of those things that like, unless he's
Man,
gonna take a significant pay cut.
isn't the world your oyster in that kind of situation?
Are you saying because he's gonna be a straight free agent, he can really do whatever you're saying, basically?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Does
he
he
can
does
write
he
his own.
link up with Ronaldo and we gonna have this
No,
this
no, no,
award
no,
tour though? Like,
no. They're not even friends. There's no reason
I
to.
said,
There's no
do you know how much money could be made?
I don't think it's about money at this point. He's got everything, man. I mean, it's not about money. I don't believe it's about money. I mean,
I mean,
not the
I
kind of
guess the only
money.
thing left he's got needs is the World Cup. That's the only thing he's got that he needs, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I think that's where other options start to become attractive. Like if you go to Asia, I mean, he's already a global superstar. But just imagine how huge he would be in Asia. Like if he was playing in China somewhere. I mean, that would
Does
just
he come in and saying like I need a piece of the team, but like I need 15% of the
of course.
squad too, and
Yeah.
my fee?
Ownership, right? And I think that's good for like just China, for example. That's great for them as a league to say we have Messi as a part owner of the Shanghai Tigers, or
Yeah.
whoever it is. You know what I mean? And I think the same thing is for MLS. I mean, where they can say, listen, this is the contract, but really the back end money is the marketing, the endorsements, and what we're going to do for your family members as well. Who knows how many businesses they get popping off of his cachet.
Because like they're talking about Inter Miami is the one that's the outside shot for MLS.
That's interesting, man. I think that he goes to wherever the largest Argentine U.S. nationality base is, and I would assume that's probably on somewhere on the coast. I don't think that's the Miami area, but I think what's the connection there is that's basically the game plan to how you would get Messi is sell him on the David Beckham plan,
That's what I was
where
gonna. That
you're
was my
going
next question to you. That was gonna be my
to
next
go to the
question.
big market, but we're going to give you your own club and ownership on the back end.
Like, does Messi if Messi came to MLS, would it be bigger than when Beckham came? You think?
I think so. I think so. It's hard to say.
I guess because a different time, MLS has gotten more cachet now, so maybe it's bigger because people are paying attention more. David Beckham was known by everybody because of what he's known for modeling, that area. But sports wise, maybe Messi will be bigger.
It's hard. It's hard to say. I mean, I would think that there's a larger English population in the U.S.
Yeah,
versus an Argentinian population in the U.S. I would just assume, you know what I mean? But Beckham, I mean, Beckham was on Manchester United, one of, your
yeah,
clubs
yeah.
in the world, and Messi coming from Barcelona, large as well. You can say they're equal in, name recognition globally. So it's a really interesting, very similar parallel, I think. But also to your point, being in a different time, I think now it's even easier for people on the other side of the world to now tune into the MLS. The
Right.
kid in Korea can watch MLS. The kid in South Africa is very easy now to watch MLS, where
Like
that
when
wasn't
did
the
where
case.
did MLS come on when Beckham was in the? I mean, maybe what Fox 2 on a special Saturday, every other Saturday, something like
Yeah,
that.
man,
Like
you would get lucky and be able to catch, like Fox Sports West every once in a while. Univision was really back in the day where I would definitely catch it. Telemundo, but now you got it off in mute unless your Spanish game is up
right,
to par. But visuals, that's how I was rocking it back in the day. I have Nas playing in the background. You know what
right.
I mean?
And then the last option for Messi, they're saying him going back to Argentina.
And that's always, I mean,
To
he's
Boca
got
Boys, to
there
Boca
already.
Boys, to Boca Boys.
Yeah, yeah. And that's definitely a
Because
viable
didn't
option.
who did that? Didn't somebody else do that? Who was it? The other legend. Madonna did that, right?
Maradona did
Maradona,
that.
yeah, Maradona.
You see that. You see that pretty often. I mean, even my boy Willian from Chelsea right now, his contract's up, and he's basically saying, "I'll just go back to Brazil. I'm God there." You know what I
Oh,
mean?
he's talking about
So,
going back to Brazil.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, because of the payday, they'll pay him top dollar. So if it's about money, and then just being back home and having that cliche, man, of just being the man in your hometown. You know what I
But I'm
mean?
saying, does Messi think bigger? I mean, they say Messi's real low key, he's real quiet. You know,
Yeah, I don't think that necessarily excites him. That's why I think the U.S. becomes a real attractive package for him because the MLS ownership angle, and then just what the U.S. can do for his family in general. I know he's like a family oriented guy. I mean, think if your brother can get a business, your second cousin can start a business. You want to do that in the U.S. You know what I
yeah.
mean, for longevity.
I mean, and then let's go to Barcelona. Like, what must be going on for him to be even considering leaving Barcelona? Like,
Well, it's been Eric Abidal is kind of like the club's general manager, and
mhm.
so he's of African descent, and there's just been a lot of bumping of heads from management and the players. You know what I mean? And how the team is not really um, reloaded, so to speak. I think Messi's starting to feel that pressure. I mean, he's still performing at a higher level, but I know it's got to be more difficult, at this point. And then for the management to really talk so poorly about the players, where the management's been attacking the players. So I think that conflict is now where it says, okay, this one's run its course. Maybe it's time to go a different direction.
Yeah, so then let's get into MLS, man. MLS season's kicking back off with what is the comeback cup or the challenge cup or
Yeah,
something like that. So
yeah, yeah.
their
So
teams have dropped out already though because of COVID.
Man, unfortunate, man. But yeah, what do you do? I guess you got to go home, man. Go quarantine.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Not that either one of those clubs really had a chance.
Anyway, they was like, man, we was just here anyway just to collect the check.
Yeah, yeah, basically. I mean, it's important for these guys. You only live once. You don't get this time back, so I get it. That's tough.
And
For
you
sure.
brought on the topics, man, and it's something that definitely people would be interested in talking about it. MLS approving private equity financing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Commissioner Don Garber, he was being interviewed recently. Since the league just popped back off with the first game, and one of the things that he mentioned, kind of in his state of address, is that the league is extremely close, not official yet, but extremely close to allowing what they're calling private equity. And private equity, just for those of you guys out there who don't know, is a form of risk capital investment. Essentially, it's provided from an outside market. And so it essentially allows anyone who wants to buy into a business or revitalize a company, you would do this sort of investment if you want to